Hello everyone, it's Pat at Beads and Plenty More, and today I'm going to tell you how to make this pendant here. We work with 21 gauge square wire and of course 21 gauge half round wire, and I'm doing a big swirls and up at the top and using a little pendant that has no hole in it. There's a closer view of the gold one, and then I've got a couple more here, all with a little bit different looks. Now we'll move these aside for now, and I'll show you the little pendant glass piece that goes in the center. They are rounded so they have the same on both sides. So they don't have a hole, so they can't be attached with a pin through the hole, but you can easily cage them with this wire. So we'll set those aside. What we're using is the 21 gauge wire. I'll show you the packages here. We've got the square wire and the half round wire, both in the same gauge. I've cut 4 pieces of 21 gauge square, and I've smoothed it a little bit, but I don't like to take the total curve out of it. Because I'm making curves, I prefer to leave some curve in. And then with the half round, I've cut 1 piece 8 inches and just 1 short piece 4 inches. So we'll get started. So we'll line these up so that all the ends are together, and I'm going to start in the approximate middle. This is not hard and fast, that it has to be exactly the middle. I'm going to clamp them down here, and I'm going to make the bail first. So I take a pen, and I'm going to use all 4 pieces to wrap around my pen, just like that. And then while I still have them attached, I'll take the chain nose pliers and pinch that in tight. I didn't get it totally in, so I'll give them another squeeze. There we go. So now with my longer piece of the wire, I'm going to work with the rounded side out, of course. Start with the little hook, and we're going to put the hook over top like so, and I'm going to wrap around. Actually, I want it to end up on this side, so we'll just make sure that we get down below. Okay, there we are. Now this tab that I made first, I can cut off. I'm going to give that a little flattening to get rid of that little lump there. There we are. Yeah. So we'll just take the cutters and cut away this excess, and then drop that little piece down nice and smooth. Okay, now I've got this extra wire here, which has a little bend in it. We'll get it straightened out. I'm going to use my pin vise, which is this little tool here, and I'm going to twist this wire. And the reason for that is that it's going to be the wire that goes in to hold the pendant in place. And I'm twisting it just to make it a little bit more decorative. And it also adds strength because we're going to have a wire that's got some extra, or well, it shortens the wire by twisting it, and also makes it a little bit stronger. Okay, so that's good. So now we'll just push the back of the bail away, and I'm going to set up my pendant. I'll get that totally out of the way for now. Let's see how big the pendant is on the wire here. So now this is the point at the bottom of the pendant. So I'll take this other half round wire, and we're going to attach that there. I like to do 4 wraps. I find that works quite well. And we'll just squeeze it down to make it nice and flat. finish it, and then I'll cut away the excess at the back. Okay, so we'll drop those little pieces down to finish the back. There we are. Now, I want to shape this piece to fit the pendant, so I'm going to give it a bend to the back and separate out these side pieces a little bit. Just so that we make like a little basket for this pendant to sit in like that. So I don't need the clamp on the bottom anymore because I now have my binding. So this piece that I've twisted is going to be the part that holds the pendant in place. I'm going to make a small loop there. Actually, I will use the round pliers to get it a little bit smaller. And it's going to come around to the bottom and another loop. Come around to this side and another loop. And these are going to be like the prongs that are going to hold the front of the pendant. So instead, pardon me, put the pendant back in and get it so that we make sure that they sit where we want them to. Looking pretty good. So we'll just bend that out a little bit, bring this up and attach it at the top here. And I don't need the rest, so we'll cut that away. Okay, so now my pendant is going to tuck in here, sit with the wires at the back to hold it from the back, and then these little loops are going to hold it from the front. Now we're going to take these 4 wires, and I want to hold them so that all 4 of them stay flat, so that we get the width of the wire. I'm going to bring that around, maintaining the flat, and bring that across the bottom of the pendant so that we get another way of holding it in quite well. And I'm going to make another loop like that, just to finish the bottom there. Get this guy sitting the way I want it here. There we are. Okay, so now comes the part where I'm going to bring this piece up the side to get a nice, we'll bend the pendant, the bail back a little bit so that it sits better. Keep these 4 in line. There we are. They like to move around. Oh, I lost my pendant for a minute. Okay, so then we're going to bring these guys up and do some decorative work at the top. Again, I'm going to touch down so that I get it at the top of the pendant. And then maybe bring these through the bail. And just finish them off in about there. So where's my little pendant? Has this, I've lost the cage at the back while I was working on this, so we'll move these back over. There we are. Tuck the pendant back in. And then this side, we're going to do this another swirl down. Just a smallish one. It's going to come down the side, and we'll just wrap it so that it finishes right into this. I think it's time to do a little cutting here. We don't need that much length. Bring this guy so that he finishes right there. So we'll cut these off. And then with my round nose pliers, I'm going to take these and tuck them in one at a time. There we are. Now, to finish the top here, we're going to again cut away the excess. And then I'm going to tuck those guys. This time I'm going to use the chain nose so I can get a good grip on them. Finish them off like that. And then we'll flare the bail a little bit to get a little bit more design. And there we have it. Oops. Where's my little pendant? Keeps falling out, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of work on that. That's basically what we need. Hold that in better with the wires at the back. Keep moving on me. There we go. That should hold it in much better. Not too hard, just takes a little bit of hand strength. So hope you enjoy making something like this, and bye for now.